When I first started my online fitness coaching business, I was very lost on how to get clients. I tried so many different things. I tried posting on TikTok, I tried sending cold DMs, I tried all of these different methods. And I even posted on TikTok for a year straight. I spent a year trying to build an organic following on TikTok. Posted all my workout videos, all the tips, all the tricks, all the influencer stuff. And I did this and I had millions of views, massive following, but I made $0 from this. How is that possible? How is that possible? Okay. So, what I'm going to be talking about today is the process that I employ within my clients' businesses who are all health and fitness coaches. My average client does around 20 to 25K per month. I personally do 60K a month. And I'm going to show you the process that we put and place inside of our creators' businesses so that if you're watching this right now, you can just kind of take this process and hopefully apply this to your coaching business. Okay. So, right now, coaches in 2025 are using very outdated models of sending DMs, running ads, posting content. They're using very outdated methods of getting clients. A lot of these people, okay, who are teaching, how to send ad, how to run ads, how to do cold DMs, how to do all of these methods, were taught by people before them that had success with this 10 years ago, 7 years ago. And if you know anything about the online space, ways of getting clients with markets, with mechanisms, they're changing constantly. So things that might have been effective like 10 years ago are not effective today. Okay. And it's very difficult to acquire clients if you're following very similar methods that everyone else is doing. Average fitness coach does 2K a month. 2K a month. Okay. And right now, what's happening is we are in the creator economy. Okay. So what I've figured out is nobody buys from anyone that they haven't consumed content from anymore. But this is not just like, oh, I'm going to post a picture of my physique. This is specifically positioning yourself online, okay, to generate high quality sales calls, which I'm going to be talking about later, okay, with intent so people actually are ready to spend money with you. Okay, so we're at the point where if you're running a fitness business in 2025 and you fail to adapt and evolve to this creator wave, okay, what the creator wave is Chamath Palihapitiya. I can pull him up right here. Chamath, okay, he is venture capitalist, one of the early, I guess, employees of Facebook, like very early on. He made a prediction right now that in the next 10, 20 years, if you're not able to specifically position yourself online and be a creator online, you are going to have a very difficult time acquiring clients, whatever sort of business model that you're in or whatever you're selling. Okay. So the purpose of this training today is I'm going to break down exactly how we've adapted to this creator wave and how you can implement our fitness creator funnel to do this exact same thing. Okay. So let me walk you through what the fitness creator funnel actually is. So the first stage in any sort of marketing campaign is just generating attention. Whatever you're doing, if you're generating, if you're doing cold DMs, if you're running ads, whatever you're doing, you have to generate attention. Okay? It's posting content, running ads, sending DM. This part doesn't actually matter that much. As a lot of people say, oh, is it cold DMs? Is it ads? Is it, posting content? This part doesn't really matter that much. What matters is the metric of how much volume there is top of funnel. Okay. So for example, if you're getting, let's say 1,000 impressions or 1,000, let's just say clicks from an ad onto a landing page, that is equivalent to 1,000 clicks on a landing page from 1,000 cold DMs that you've sent. Okay. So whatever way that you're getting people to the next step, which I'm going to walk you through here, the impression or the step in the funnel doesn't really actually matter. If it's cold DM, if it's ad, I hope this is kind of making sense. Okay. Everyone is competing at this level. Okay. They're posting religiously, they're running ads, they're sending DMs, spending all the time, money, and effort that they possibly can on this stage. But when everyone competes at a certain level, it becomes commoditized and less important. Okay. What I want you to think about is right now, who can't post content, who can't send DMs, who can't put a photo on an ad and press boost? Okay. Who can't spend, $50 a day, open up Ads Manager, look up how to run ads online on Facebook, how to run ads on Google, and just put up an ad. It's very easy. The platforms have made it so low barrier of entry. It is so easy to do so many of these methods. Okay? Almost anyone in the market can and does this, and it's really not complex. It's not hard. Okay? In 2015, competing on this level might have worked. Okay? But today it's a completely different landscape. There's so much more competition now, especially if you're online. If you're an online fitness coach, you are competing against the entire world. If you're an in-person fitness coach, you're competing against other people in your city. Okay? So it's very competitive now. There's so many people who are trying to make money online. Okay? So to get better results than 90%, 95% of the market, you have to do what 95% don't. Okay? While everyone is focused on getting a huge amount of leads in, you have to focus on what truly matters. Okay? What happens after the lead opts in? One of my initial mentors told me, your ad doesn't matter. Your cold DM doesn't matter. It's the step after that that matters 1,000 times more. Okay? So the first step is getting this attention. No matter what business you're in, you have to get attention. Okay? But through whatever medium you want. But the next step after this is what I'm going to go through, which actually really matters. Okay? Which is creating engaged leads. Okay? So after you get leads opted in or leads who've shown interest or attention, the next stage is to own this attention. Okay, so firstly, people need to go through a mental process before they become purchase ready. Okay, this process is mostly nurturing. The 7-hour rule states someone must spend at least 7 hours of content consumption before they become fully nurtured. However, the problem in the 21st century is that nobody has an attention span long enough to avoid going from you to the next thing. Okay, high likelihood of forgetting you completely. Okay, the average human attention span is 8.25 seconds. Especially now with TikTok, all this TikTok brain stuff. Okay, you have to own this attention so you can continually nurture these people. And I know you may say, oh, I'm building a following on Instagram, or I'm building, following on YouTube or whatever. Okay, what if Instagram just shuts your account down? Okay, now your entire method of getting clients is done. What if you get banned on Facebook for post or advertising, for running ads? What if your page gets banned? I've had this before where clients of mine have gotten their page banned. Okay, what do you do now? Okay, do you have a list? Do you have an actual place where you have leads that you can then go and sell to? Okay, so it's very important to own attention. Okay, therefore we need to direct all of our traffic into one location where we're able to keep prospects engaged long enough so they can actually reach the 7-hour threshold. Okay, what I've been implementing with this is Skool. So Skool works very well for this, along with the ability to broadcast our entire audience at scale. Okay, so this is essential because we will also be doing re-engagements to keep people active and constantly be in the back of their head. So we want to have something called omnipresence. Okay, this is where we're everywhere at once. We're always there. Okay, they forget about us. We're there. We have an email. We have something to show value. We have something to keep us in the back of their minds. Okay, so the re-engagement process is quite simple. Okay, broadcasting emails. Okay, so taking these people who have opted into Skool and getting these people on an email list. Okay, sending attention generating sales assets. Okay, through emails, through Skool. Okay, the reason why I love using Skool for this is because it's so low barrier of entry to get people from a cold DM or from an ad or from content to Skool. It's, people are familiar with it now. It's getting more popular. Okay, Alex Hormozi is running the ads. Okay, everyone knows about Skool now. So people are coming to Skool and they're comfortable joining your free Skool community to then potentially get nurtured. Okay, so step number 2 is all about owning this attention. So we have to bring these people to a stage where we own this lead. We own their information. We own their name. We own their phone number. We own their email. So potentially in the future or over the next, let's say, couple months, we can continually reach out to these people and nurture them. Okay. The biggest mistake that I see is people think that, oh, I want someone to see my ad and I want them to go book a call immediately. I want someone to see my cold DM and I want to pitch them to book a call and try to get them on that Zoom call, send them the Calendly link, and then pitch them right there. Try, honestly, if you're watching this and you're skeptical, go try this. What's going to happen is this. You're going to get people who maybe book some meetings. You're going to get a lot of people who ghost you, okay, who no-show the meetings. But even the people who do join the meetings, they're going to give you a ton of objections. It's going to be a hard sale. And the average meeting that you're going to close for that is going to be worth 10 times less compared to having an engaged lead, having an educated lead. Okay, try this. Like, actually, go try this. Go try selling cold before they're educated. It's just a waste of time. Okay? Especially now with competition. Okay? So stage 3 is all about educating this attention. So we're taking this attention, we're gaining this attention, we're owning this attention, and then we're educating this attention. Okay? So this is where we're pretty much building mechanisms and assets to educate prospects for them. This is media assets, this is videos, this is sales letters, this is copy, etc. Okay, so attention generating sales assets are what will nurture and educate them to the point where they become purchase ready with minimal objections. Remember, we do not want to jump on calls with people and they be like, oh, I don't know anything about what you do. You have to tell me everything you do. You have to tell me how everything works. I don't know really who you are. Okay. Oh, and now you're asking for $3,000? Let me think about it. Let me talk to my wife. Of course that's going to happen. Of course they're going to give you objections. And then now you think that the problem is you not being able to handle the objections. You now go and watch sales videos online. You now go and watch how to deal with I want to think about it objections, when that's not the root cause. Okay? So if we do not do this and do not engage or nurture them, the amount of people in our audience won't matter. Okay? Because what we've realized is that the difference between an unnurtured lead and a fully educated lead is immense. It is massively different. Okay? I actually ran a study on this. I ran a full case study on this. Okay, I actually have another video on my channel, which I'm gonna talk about this later. But the lead value of an educated versus uneducated lead is so much. It's drastically different. Okay, so most people are still using the old, outdated method of getting leads and immediately trying to essentially brute force them into booking a call when they barely know you. Like I said, it's a waste of time. They're all focused on getting as many leads. Oh, I got to generate more leads so then I'll have I'm closing 5% of the leads that come in. I just have to get more leads. Okay. I just have to push more appointments in my calendar. I have to just send more cold DMs. Okay. Without any education. Okay. They lack the understanding that leads and booked appointments do not actually matter. Okay. How is it possible that I maybe generate 3 meetings a week, but I'm able to generate $60K a month? A lot of you guys are watching this and you're like, oh my God, I get more meetings than you, Ashton, but I'm only making $5K a month. Yeah. How is that possible? Okay. So at the end of the day, booked appointments don't really matter. What matters is the value per showed call. Okay. Once you do the math, you quickly realize that this old, outdated, and frankly unethical method is all right for getting a ton of booked calls, but the value per show is pathetic. Okay. Meaning it will take you a massive amount of time to make a small amount of money, which will in turn significantly block you from scaling and you'll be capped very early on. What I did when I was starting out is I did a lot of cold outbound. So this was one of the methods that I started out with after I did short form and TikTok, I went to cold outbound and I was pumping cold outbound. I had a full team of 6 people. We were doing so much cold outbound. I was generating 10 to 12 meetings a day and I was taking all these meetings myself. But these people were cold. They were uneducated. Okay. 12 meetings a day. You'd be like, oh my God, you have to be making $100K a month. Okay. I was doing maybe $7K a month. Okay. $7 to $8K a month. So now if I'm looking back, okay, I can see that less meetings are actually the answer with education. Okay. So now that we're in the creator economy, the best thing that you can do right now is to forget leads or appointments as a metric. We need to be focused on engaged and educated leads and maximizing the value of each showed call instead. Why would you spend all your time and energy on hundreds of sales calls with people who don't really know what you're selling, don't really trust or know you very well, and are going to have a ton of objections, versus sales calls being only with people who are educated, they trust you, have minimal to no objections, have their card in hand, and are ready to buy? I've had people who have booked calls. They'd be like, Ashton, I've watched so many of your videos. I've gone through your funnel. I've been on your email list for a little bit. It's been a couple months and I know everything you do. I'm ready to go. And I'm literally jumping on a call with them for 10 minutes and being like, okay, my process is this much. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's move forward. Here's my credit card. Okay. So there's simply no point in booking calls with leads who aren't educated. There isn't any money to make with them. The better nurtured your leads are, the more valuable they'll be. Okay. So this is the case study that I ran. The average value per show from leads who are not educated, average close was $100. Okay. So this is like over several sales calls, like the average, because several of them were not closes. Okay. The average value per show from leads who watched a VSL and were somewhat familiar and educated a bit was 3 times. Okay. So this is like slight education. Okay. Who watched a VSL. A VSL is like a video sales letter, which is pretty much just like a video explaining what you do, how you do it, trying to sell them a little bit before the call. Okay. So a 3x, which is good. It's not bad. Okay. But someone who has consumed even a small amount of content and was somewhat educated, 3-4x the value of every show. Okay, even a small amount, that one VSL, 3-4x. Okay, but what's even crazier is using this specific funnel and getting people truly educated. The average value per show went from $100 to nearly $2,700, which is crazy, exponential. I was actually blown away by this. I was totally blown away because the classic way of getting clients is, oh, let's just do a VSL. Okay, let's just pitch people on the VSL. Right? Let's push people to a page. Let's get them to watch a video and let's get them to book a call. Okay. While there's more, you're leaving money on the table. And these are the same prospects. Like this is like the same person in one universe who watches a VSL is worth $300. But the same person with more time, more education is now worth $2,700. Same person. It's not a new market. It's not, this person now has suddenly more money. It's just they're more educated. They trust you more. Okay. So nothing changed except their level of education and engagement. Okay. It went from 100 and we 27x that. So the point being, it only matters if you have engaged and nurtured leads because that's where the money is made. So like I said, tons of appointments and leads is simply it's just wasted time and energy. It's a very low revenue generating activity. So get into the habit of creating 1 to 2 long-form educational videos every week where you're giving insane value and knowledge and sending it to nurture everyone inside of your school or whatever sort of place that you're owning the attention. Does it have to be school? No, it doesn't have to be school. Some people use their own platforms where they'll build out potentially an email list, or they'll maybe, have their own like white labeled software where they'll post the videos and have people in there. It's up to you, but you have to own that so then you can send people those assets. Okay. Doing this doesn't even cost anything except a few hours a week to create them. And then you're able to leverage these assets forever. Okay. So what you have to realize as well, okay, is there's really no one best funnel where you can just send people to a VSL or a school or some other specific thing. And then that's all it takes to make millions. Okay. The whole Russell Brunson thing of like Russell Brunson, who's a famous internet marketer, he talks, we are one funnel away. Okay. It's really not how it works. The best funnel will always be the funnel in which the level of education is the highest. Okay, so take this case study into consideration. Okay, and then stage 4, the last stage, once you generate that attention, you own that attention, you educate that attention, now you have to convert this attention to cash. You're literally taking something that's untangible and making it tangible. When it comes to converting attention into booked calls, we want to focus on converting only the leads that are in stage 2 and 3. Who are engaged and educated and just forcing education and consumption rather than, just forcing this to people who haven't reached that stage yet. Okay. It's like asking a girl to marry you on like the 2nd or 3rd date. Okay. You got to wait. You got to wait. Okay. So you're taking these uneducated prospects, giving them education. You're feeding them what they need to feel comfortable, turning them to be engaged. And then you're feeding them a conversion mechanism to then book a call. Okay. When it comes to the conversion mechanisms themselves, there's multiple options. Okay. There's 1-to-1 calls. There's 1-to-many calls. So like, a lot of my clients in school, they'll do free weekly calls where the calls that they will do will be positioned to pitch them. And yes, give away value, but we want to sell these people. We want to educate them, and we want to then get these people to the next step of booking a call. Okay? Giving them sales assets that are long form assets that educate as well, okay, as pitch, process selling VSLs, appointment setters, etc. Okay? So this stage is pretty straightforward because once people are educated, you really don't have to overthink this. It's like a girl who really likes you, has been seeing you for several months, and then you ask her to be your girlfriend. You really, it really doesn't matter how you ask. A lot of people will overthink this as well. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. If the education is there, all of this stuff doesn't matter. You see how education, this one metric of education, if you it's like this one domino that you knocks over and takes care of all of the other dominoes. Okay? So the most educated people will raise their hand when you make your offer. Okay? That's when you go and set them into your calendar, into booking a call, and only once they're actually nurtured. Okay? So they opt in, you're educated, can re-engage them, etc. Okay? I'm just going to zoom in so you can see this. Okay? Conversion mechanism, you're going to, once they're educated, you're going to keep sending them to, these appointment setters, or even yourself if yourself is appointment setting, or offers that you're creating to then get these people to convert to a meeting. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much the funnel overview of how we run this with our clients. So all in all, first step is we implement paid and organic specifically. I don't employ cold DMs. That's something I've tried in the past. I just don't think that what I've been comfortable with, especially within the clients that I work with, is paid and organic. It's like when you're a kid, it's like you got to pick a sport. Jimmy, you're playing football, basketball, baseball, and soccer. Now you're in high school, pick a sport. Okay, what sport are you going to play full time? So we zoned in on paid and organic so we can really put our efforts into that. We're then taking this attention, bringing it to school. We're feeding them these long-form educational videos. We're feeding them these sales assets. We're feeding them this education, all of this copy that we're building. And then from there, once they're educated, this appointment setter or even yourself is re-engaging them, getting them in some sort of conversion event. If that is a setter, taking it from there and just booking them directly in through text, etc., or them booking themselves, or if it's an actual process selling VSL that's getting them to the next step, okay, then you can get them on the actual appointment and then close them. So a lot of people will forget this middle step of education, and they'll just go paid and organic to this setter, to this VSL, to this specific sales asset, and then think that they're going to close. You need this education, okay? So if you got value from this, if you're a coach or a fitness coach or a health coach, and you want something like this implemented in your business, okay, go and watch my 5-hour masterclass first. Understand that process. Understand everything I do. It's pinned in my YouTube, okay? And I hope you get value from that, and I hope this is something that you can apply to your business to make a lot more money. Thanks for watching.